beautiful Easter Sunday, driving around Montgomery, Alabama.
And what's good about Montgomery, Alabama?
Montgomery, Alabama is not only my hometown, but the home of it's where the Civil War started.
And this is something we're proud of.
It's where the Civil Rights Movement started. 8 years ago, next month, I was born in this house right here, this blue-green house over here. Cheryl didn't know that, I don't think. Did you know that, Cheryl?
No.
See? I was born right across the street is a barbershop, and that's the guy that cut my hair when I was a boy. He's still cutting hair.
Have you ever gone back?
Yeah, a few years ago I went back there a few times. He did not remember. He's still cutting. I have no recollection of that house at all.
And you ever?
There was a famous story where our dog was lost and missing for a long time. And it was in the middle of the winter, it's bitter cold. And after about a couple of weeks, they called my mother and said, I believe we found your dog. Your dog has been hit by a car. Your dog is unfortunately expired. And they went to get the dog, and they brought the dog back, and they couldn't dig a hole in the ground because it was frozen. So while they took a break, they looked at the dog, and it was the wrong dog. So that was the good news. That was the good news. That was Trixie, and that was the main story that I remember from the old house. So we walked, still on the route, the old walking route to school. We walk and walk and walk and walk and walk. Keep walking. Still walking. School is coming up on the right. That is why this is the school, Floyd School. When I went the first day in first grade, I sat right there and watched them build this YMCA. So they grew up together.
Okay, so this is the YMCA. Oh, I'm not sure I got it.
Right there, that last room on the right was my first grade classroom. And just above it was my sixth grade classroom. I went all 6 years there.
So is this where you broke the marker open and it's still there to this day?
Yes, that would be in about like that fifth window from the left up top. Fourth or fifth window is Neil's room. Yep. I wanted to see what was inside a magic marker one day, so I broke it in two. It's filled with blue ink.
Really?
And,
is it indelible ink?
It is not delible. You cannot del it one little bit. I tried to del it, but nope. Also dropped cinnamon oil on my stomach. Oil? Did y'all ever do the cinnamon oil thing?
No.
Very hot. Cinnamon oil is very hot, and the deal was you would buy a little jar of cinnamon oil, you would soak toothpicks in it, and then you would eat the toothpicks, and it was hot and kind of a treat. Well, mine fell off my desk one day and onto my stomach, and it was horrible.
It was burning hot?
Oh man, it was terrible. They had to send me home. But elementary and junior high, I actually went around the corner from that. It was the 7th through 9th grade, so I spent 9 years on that lot.
Did you get kind of bored with it toward the end?
I basically loved every minute of school. All right, when I was 8, we moved to Montgomery Road, and there,
the gray one,
that gray house, which was white in my day. That's where I lived.
When you were 8 until when? Until
I got married and moved away from home.
So this is also where you got married?
It's the actual building that I was married Cheryl in. Over to the left is the junior high school that my parents went to.
But it's now part of Huntington.
It's now part of Huntington College. Over to the right is the bookstore.
Oh. This is the post office you go to nearly every day.
Nearly every day I go there. They know me there.
Yeah, it's good to be known at a post office.
You better believe it.
And what do you do at the post office every day?
I mail books out. Catch up on the neighborhood gossip.
So how long does it take him to go to the post office every day, Cheryl?
Anywhere from 5 to 50 minutes.
There's juicy gossip about it. Stay for it. Actually, if you look down to the left, this is something we rarely get to see. It's the very beginning of Interstate 85 in the whole country.
Wow.
Right there. And
Where does Interstate 85 go?
I don't know. It goes up northeast to Atlanta and Charlotte. I don't know where it ends up.
Yeah, that's it.
What did you say?
That's hitting the cutting room floor.
Did you make a derogatory comment about I-85? They were building that when I was all the years I was living here. It took them forever to build this. This is Montgomery Street. And this empty parking lot here is where old Capital Buccaneers used to be. And then right next to it is the Rosa Parks Library, because right here, this historic marker, is where where Rosa Parks refused to get off the bus. Right there. See the historic marker? Rosa Parks. So anyway, that's, civil rights movement, Civil War, all began within 2 blocks right here in Montgomery.
Within 2 blocks of the Capital Buccaneers.
Right.
Thank you.
We're heading down to the location of the old Upchurch Oil and Supply Company.
And what is that?
It's the business my grandfather started in 1946, distributing Quaker State motor oil. And it's who I came back to Montgomery to work for. 1970, year was that? 75, Cheryl?
75.
And it stayed in business until about 1985 or 6 when we sold it. And now it's, I have no idea what's there now. We'll get ready to find out. It's on the corner.
We're at this
An
white
old
building?
white building right there.
When it's boarded up?
Yep. Tony's Automotive. I'll never forget, we brought Cheryl's parents there to see where I worked. Like, their faces fell. So, oh my God. Believe it. What is this? Who is this guy that she's gotten hooked up with?
So you're saying it wasn't an impressive job then? I mean, location then?
Yeah, no. It was just horrible.
Well, when we moved to Montgomery, so Thomas could work at the oil company, in 1975, I was looking for a job, and I responded to a classified ad in the paper to work as a bookstore clerk. And I got the job, and I worked there for 3 years. And then my boss decided he wanted to retire, and we bought the bookstore from him.
Let's say we stayed down there till 1989. We bought a second store. In about 1995, we had to close the downtown store. This is Sidney Lanier High School, named for the famous poet Sidney Lanier. Katie, can you name a poem written by Sidney Lanier?
Big. Did you learn some poems by Sidney Lanier when you were
No,
here?
his poems are all too long.
A couple of lines, maybe?
By the shores of Gitchigumi, by the shining big sea waters, living the Comus. I can't. Now, my grandfather went to high school here with Zelda Sayre,
Who became?
Zelda Fitzgerald. My parents went to high school here with Hank Williams. A little before Hank, actually.
Became Hank Wayne.
Bart Starr went to high school here, famous football player.
Who did you go with? How many high schools were in Montgomery when you went there?
When I started as a sophomore here, there were 2 white high schools. High schools were still segregated. This was 66. I started high school. They were known as the Lanier Poets, fighting poets. Our big rival was the Robert E. Lee Generals High School, and our saying was, "The poet's pen is mightier than the general's sword." Well, my grandparents lived all the time I was growing up. I spent a great deal of time in that house. Parents, the Upchurch grandparents.
So this is where you'd come for all the holidays. This is where you came and made
Ambrosia.
ambrosia.
All our Christmases, all our Thanksgivings, yeah. I saw the Beatles there the first night they were on Ed Sullivan. One day I was watching a baseball game in there, and I saw Willie Mays hit 4 home runs in one baseball game. You can look it up.